Here are the details that you require: your application form filled in, your TB certificate. If you are not paying for the full year's fees in advance, you may require original bank statements, but there is a special differentiation agreement in place for Hong Kong passport holders where you don't need to produce these documents because you are a low-risk country. If you are required to produce your bank statements, you simply have to show that you have the fees for 28 consecutive days. You might need copies of your birth certificate, if you're over 18, your English language certificate, and your CAS, your Confirmation of Acceptance of Studies. Nothing starts until you get your CAS from the school that you're going to. So around April, May time, the school will start to issue you your CAS. The Taylor Partnership works with over 100 different schools to do this for them, and they make sure that they are done correctly, so there are no problems with your application. So please do not worry about this, but if you want our help, we're there to support you in any way we can, and I have some details available for you afterwards. Just moving on to a couple of extra myths. Some of you will have heard, oh, you can't stay on to work in the UK because they withdrew the post-study work permit. Well, yes, we did withdraw the post-study work permit. It has been abolished, but there is now the system known as Tier 2. As a Tier 4 student, as a student who's been through a UK school, you can automatically transfer to the Tier 2 scheme, which is for post-study work in the UK. You have to be earning a graduate salary of over £20,100, but most startup jobs in the UK, particularly around London, will be earning at least this, and you can even earn this as a teacher. Your Tier 2 permit will then eventually lead to permanent residence in the UK. So you can stay to study in the UK. In fact, as a Tier 2 student, there are nearly 30,000 companies who will sponsor you. So you have a decided advantage because this list of companies is published. So when you're at university thinking about work, you have this list of 30,000 companies that you can write to and say, do you have any jobs available for me? It's as simple as that, and many of them are looking for highly trained, highly skilled students from Hong Kong. In 2013-14, there were nearly 160,000 Tier 2 visas issued, so you can stay on to study in the UK. There are one or two other routes that your parents might like to consider. You can stay on and study under the Tier 1 Graduate Entrepreneur Scheme. This means where you're staying on in the UK to set up your own business. If your parent wishes, they can apply to become a Tier 1 entrepreneur. This requires an investment of £200,000 over 5 years, and you are required to invest in a genuine company in the UK over a 5-year period, and at the end of that 5 years you can apply for permanent leave to remain in the UK and ultimately apply for a UK passport. Or you may be a Tier 1 investor. If you have a very wealthy parent who has a spare £2 million to invest in the UK, then you can apply for a Tier 1 visa. This will mean that you, your partner, your spouse and your family are all able to come and work or study in the UK, and again, after 3 years in this scheme, you can apply for permanent leave to remain in the UK and ultimately a UK passport, which enables you to work, study, play in the UK whenever you like. Finally, if you're really impatient, you can apply for an EU passport. The Taylor Partnership has an agreement with the Cypriot government where we can issue you with an EU passport in 8 to 12 weeks. If you're interested in any of these things, please do come and talk to me. But the main message to tell you is that the UK is open for business. We are keen to welcome you, and the Taylor Partnership will help in any way we can to make sure that you have worry-free immigration into the UK. So good luck to all of you. Good luck to your parents. Thank you for coming today, and thank you for listening.
Hello， 希望你中意呢段 video 啦。如果你對英國升學有興趣嘅話咧，歡迎你 subscribe 我哋嘅 channel。另外咧，你可以去我哋嘅網站 download 我哋嘅 ebooks 同埋我哋嘅 newsletter。如果有時間嘅話咧，可以打俾我哋同我哋傾下偈啊。好啦，下次見。